Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Tuesday, the 17th day of September. It's Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. I actually saw a friend of mine who got her citizenship. She had posted some of the questions. I don't know if I could get the test.
That's a tough test.
I was like, that's a toughie
I can
right
get
there.
most of them, but man, some of them are pretty obscure.
So that's really, really cool. National Pet Bird Day, National Professional House Cleaners Day, National Shuffleboard Day, Time's Up Day, and Get Ready Day, both today. National Apple Dumpling Day, National Monte Cristo Day.
Oh, our son loves those
so
things.
good. And it is also National IT Professionals Day. You know what IT stands for?
Nice. Something technology.
Information technology.
There you go.
Yeah. Because I'm officially the IT director at this company. I had to look it up. So I'm like, what does that mean? Anyway, I have to call my friend Bill, who's the real IT director. Every time I have a question, I'm like, Bill, how do I do this? Anyway. And it's a Tuesday, which means we have Tuesdays with Charlie. We'll chat with her dad, my father-in-law, coming up in just a bit.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If summer felt more humid than usual, blame it on the corn. New data shows that heat waves can feel even hotter thanks to evapotranspiration. It's corn sweat. It will
I've been hearing about this
only
here lately.
get worse with climate change. What is evapotranspiration? I might be saying that wrong. To beat the heat, they say corn and other crops pulls moisture from the soil, then they let it go out of, wherever when they don't need it.
Right.
So it becomes like a vapor. They say all plants do this, but where there's a lot of the same plant in one area, like a big cornfield, they're hit with extreme heat, then this vapor can supercharge the humidity in that area. After all, 1 acre of corn expels up to 4,000 gallons of water every day doing this. Experts say the combination of extreme heat caused by climate change and the growing demand for corn is to blame for making summers stickier. So blame it on the corn. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know that the Apollo astronauts' footprints on the moon are still there? And they will be there for maybe 100 million years. Yeah, it says when they walked on the surface of the moon, wink, wink, they left behind footprints. I only said that because there's like a bunch of people now that don't think.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I've been watching some of the videos. I'm like, I don't know what to think. Anyway, if they wink, wink, walked on the moon, wink, they left behind footprints. It will remain there for a long time due to the fact that there's no atmosphere on the moon, no wind, no water, nothing to wash it away. So Arizona State University scientist Mark Robinson told Space that traces of the Apollo exploration could last 10 to 100 million years. That's a big variation.
That's a really big variation.
So for a while is what he's trying to say. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. Ellen DeGeneres is returning to Netflix with what she's referring to as her final stand-up special ever.
I thought she already did this.
No. She talked about it last year. She did a show back in 2018, and then they were asking her to do another, and she was saying that, yeah, I'll do one more.
Oh,
and then
okay.
now she said that
it was done.
this will for sure. She says, to answer the questions everyone's asking me, yes, I'm going to talk about it. Yes, this is my last special.
Okay.
So there you go. September 21st is when it will premiere. And Jamie Foxx says he is ready to give the full scoop on the mysterious medical emergency that landed him in a hospital last year and his one-man stage show. So he's like, you want to know what's going on? Buy a ticket.
Come buy a ticket.
He says, what had happened was, that is what's on the background in the thing that he's doing.
Okay.
April 2023 is when he was in the hospital. And his stage show is set for October 3rd through the 5th. And I've got a link to the details on that. I'll just read about it on the internet later. Big Screen, Little Screen is brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on RadioSavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at RadioSavings.com. That's RadioSavings.com.
Time now for the scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Have you ever heard of this? Fridge-scaping? What?
No.
It's to decorate the inside of your refrigerator.
Oh, I have seen this. This is the most ridiculous
It is
thing
the latest trend.
ever.
It's delighting and enraging people, apparently enraging Heidi, but
It's ridiculous.
It's a big deal on TikTok. The concept of styling the interior of a kitchen appliance in a similar way to how one would decorate a room in their home. It goes back as far as 2011. Somebody posted a blog way back then. Some include thoughtfully arranged produce like a bouquet of asparagus in a vase, a charming storage container like pink glass pitchers and antique ceramic butter dishes.
Oh my
Others
gosh.
opt for themes for their fridge-scaping around things like Bridgerton by losing the condiments, cartons, or whatever, and adding fridge-safe decorations and pictures of figurines. Fridgerton is what the one
These
calls it.
people have way too much time on
Critics
their hands.
of the idea point out the inconvenience and lack of practicality involved in interior decorating in a spot that is seldom seen by others and is hidden to even those who live in the home most of the time. So do what you want to do. Here's the thing. It doesn't affect me at all. So I would just remember expiration dates when you take all the containers away. You're like, what's in this thing? And how old is it? And is it still good? All right. According to reports, Apple does not allow bad guys to use their iPhones in movies. Yeah. So if you watch a movie or a TV show,
interesting.
you'll notice the bad guy is never on an iPhone or an iPad or any sort of Apple product, according to this. The policy is not explicitly written in Apple's guidelines for Apple trademark uses, but there is a document that states the Apple product is shown only in the best light, in a manner or context that reflects favorably on Apple products. The guideline also says you may not use Apple's trademark or any other Apple-owned graphic, symbol, logo, or icon in a disparaging manner. In 2020, Knives Out director Rian Johnson was the first big name to speak out publicly about the alleged rules. In the film, every character has an iPhone except for two, one who acts guilty and another who is guilty. I'm not going to say who, just in case you haven't seen it. Another example is HBO's Succession. Most of the characters have iPhones, but there's a couple of characters that don't. And here is the reason why. The so-called no villain clause. So there you go.
I wonder if you did anyway, if they would sue you.
You'd get sued. Yeah, that's what would happen. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We connect with my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie. He'll give us some guff. We talk each week and we learn fun stuff. Everyone loves him. He makes us laugh. Sometimes he's wrong, then he fires his staff. Get ready to learn some things. Here we go. It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
Hello,
Yes.
Charlie.
Yes, it's Tuesday.
It is
Yes, it is
Tuesday, and we're
Tuesday.
excited to have you here.
And I'm back in the studio.
Again, we're so fortunate to
I
have
may
you
never
here.
leave. Well, I think I will. But.
We'll keep you here.
Hey, did you know that a female champese in a fit of passion has a strength of 6 men?
No kidding.
Okay.
So
6 men.
6 men, so don't be around one of them.
Yeah, no kidding.
I bet they're screaming and yelling and everything going on.
Probably.
Yeah, it would be not good.
Hey, then maybe the chimpanzee needs to find another one. Did you know that 7 Bragger tablets are sold every second?
No kidding.
That's the facts, man. I'm telling you. I don't lie.
Wow.
Well, sometimes I do.
Never intentionally, though.
Hey, then did you know that April 14th, 1954 was the most boring day ever?
Why?
I don't know. It just
Because
says
nothing happened.
Nothing happened that day.
Nothing happened. Anywhere.
April 14th. I was too boring. You guys weren't.
We weren't, no.
What year was that?
54.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
See, that's... Hey, then do you know Captain Crunch's full name?
I don't.
I have heard this, but I do not know.
I told you this once a long,
Yep, I think
long
you
time
did.
ago. Herreto Magellan Crunch.
Nice.
Okay. That is so bizarre. What a random name.
It's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, good thing I got his last name right anyway. Hey, then you're in the music business.
I don't
Kind
know.
of.
Yeah, I don't
Rumor
know.
has it anyway.
I don't know how you think that, but okay.
Did you know that there was a 5th Beatle?
Peter Best?
Nope.
Another one? Because he was one of the originals before Ringo. Who's the 5th Beatle?
A dude by the name of Stuart Sutcliffe.
What?
Sutcliffe.
I didn't know
Was
that.
the 5th Beatle.
What did he do?
Played in the band.
He played the oboe, and they're like, I just don't really have a need for
Yeah,
that.
we really don't need you. I'm
I'll
sorry.
have to check into that. I didn't know anything about that.
And he's in the radio business. How did he make it this far?
I don't know.
Brunch was originally invented to cure hangovers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because usually at brunch you have booze, right?
Yeah,
You can.
mimosas and
Yeah, brunch is like breakfast and lunch. And then, I guess apparently it's okay to start drinking
mimosas and Bloody Marys are typically the breakfast. Yeah,
drinks.
yeah. But that makes sense because if you're, hair of the dog, gotta
Bloody
have.
Mary's my choice. But
Yeah.
It is. There are times you were in here with a Bloody Mary. I'm glad you're not today, but sometimes.
Well, we're kind of in turmoil here, so I didn't.
Kind of in turmoil.
In turmoil.
Well, we are.
He's trying to get out of the chains that we have on his legs, chained him to the desk.
Hey, then I got one last thing here for you, and I told you this before, too. There's a brewery in Japan that makes beer from elephant dung,
Yeah, you told us that.
Yeah, that's nasty.
and they
No
drink
interest.
it.
No interest
That's
in any of
nasty.
Question.
You ready for a question? All right. The Boston Marathon now allows male and female runners, but female runners were not allowed in the Boston Marathon until what year?
Oh.
It wasn't that long ago, really.
1969.
No, real close. Heidi, you want to guess?
73.
Oh, very close. 72.
Oh, you missed it.
72. 1972.
So close.
And yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, Charlie, thanks for coming in, sir.
Well, I'm kind of getting used to it.
We're excited to have you here.
No, you always
We
say
are
that.
too.
You always say that, and you don't mean it.
I do mean it.
Tell your fans the truth.
I know, I mean it a lot. All
Bye,
right.
Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Eating 2 burgers is healthier than eating 1 burger with a side of fries, according to Harvard Health.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The smell of chocolate increases theta brainwaves, which trigger relaxation.
I love chocolate.
I like that too. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 2015, a Chinese billionaire bought $170 million painting using a credit card so he could use the points for free airfare. Wow, $170 million on a credit card?
I mean, I guess if you have the money to pay it off, that's fine.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
About 80% of a child's intelligence is acquired from their mother. Well,
that would explain a lot.
I was going to say, explains a lot for our kids.
No,
Just
actually,
kidding.
our kids are
they're both
they're
smarter
sharp.
than us on something.
Yeah.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Stop signs were yellow from the 1920s until the 1950s.
Really?
Yeah, and then they're like, we should make these red. I don't know why, but they did. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. A survey found 62% of couples who have done this feel it has helped their relationship. What is it?
I couldn't tell you.
Hired a housekeeper.
Oh.
Yeah, 62% of couples who've hired a housekeeper say, hey, it's helped our relationship
That's
a lot.
wonderful.
Yeah, especially
To
Arnold
walk into a
Schwarzenegger.
nice,
Remember
clean
him?
house.
And
Oh,
his,
yeah, it helped his relationship a lot.
He had a child with the housekeeper. So. Then he got divorced. That didn't work out so great. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A TV news crew in a helicopter spotted a boy who had been reported missing. He was on the roof of his apartment building.
Oh, my.
He was playing hooky, didn't want to go to school. 9-year-old boy left his Brooklyn, New York apartment at 7 a.m. but did not show up at school. His parents called the police, who put out a description of the missing child.
Oh, my gosh. I bet he was in
TV
so
station
much trouble.
sent a helicopter to the scene, and a
There he
reporter
was.
noticed there's a boy that matches that description sitting on the roof of the building.
Oh, no.
Station employees called the police. The helicopter crew hovered overhead until the police arrived. And let's just say this. He's probably grounded.
He's probably grounded.
I can't even imagine. You know, it's one way to do it, I suppose. Weird news comes your way, courtesy of WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. We started this list yesterday, the weirdest pumpkin spice flavors that are out right now. We talked about a couple yesterday, but we're going to get to this one. Pumpkin spice avocado oil caviar. Okay. Anything there sound good to you?
Not even a little.
Three things that I don't need them separately, and I like avocados, but not the oil maybe.
Yuck.
And then pumpkin spice latte body wash. That is available right now for those of you who want to smell like pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice latte engagement ring. A jewelry company has come out with that.
Okay.
So if you're wanting her to say yes, apparently she's going to hopefully pop the. You're going to pop the question with this $12,000 ring, by the way, and you better just hope. And then the last one is Dumpkin spice wipes from Dude Wipes. So you can only imagine what these are used for. Hopefully they smell like pumpkin spice. And it says, yes, this idea did come from an April Fool's Day joke, but people actually bought them, so they kept selling them. That is the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis by allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com. Your quote today is from Mike Daniels, who says, I'm a bit sassy with some sarcasm, but I'm also stoic at times and brash. Okay?
It's a heck of a quote. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Did anybody ask him? Or did he? I'm just wondering. I'm going to just start walking around doing that in the grocery store, standing next to
Just up
somebody.
somebody.
I'm a bit sassy, but I'm also stoic at times and brash. All right. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com. Might have been better in context. I'm just saying.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. And this, I think, is an amazing story right here from Guam. A civilian hero. Mother's quick action saves a young airman after a hit and run. In the early morning darkness on a highway in Guam, cars swerved around what appeared to be debris. Well, one woman decided to stop and see what's going on, and it's a good thing she did. She saved a young man's life. Deb Butte, a military spouse and mother of two, was on her way to work when she encountered a sudden slowdown in traffic. Like I said, everybody else was just going around this pile in the road, trying to figure out what it was. When she got there, her heart sank. The object was a person lying face down, barely visible because it was so dark. The man, dressed in black, no reflective vest, wore military trousers, a sight all too familiar to her. She said it was a young man. That could have been my son. Without hesitation, she blocked traffic, turned on her hazard lights, and rushed to the man's aid. Recently trained in first aid, she calmly assessed the situation, addressed him as Buddy to keep him alert. The airman was conscious but unable to move, telling her that a driver had cut him off, causing the accident. Shockingly, the driver fled the scene, leaving the man laying in the road.
Oh my gosh.
Even more surprising is the number of cars that just drove
right
this.
by. Oh my gosh.
I can't even imagine. Unlike the other driver, she stopped. And again, like I said, the good news is it's lucky that she did, because she flagged down another motorist to call 911. And it says Brigadier General Thomas Palinski, commander of the 36th Wing at the Air Force Base, said that she is a civilian hero, he said on a Facebook page. And he said came very, very close to this becoming a huge tragedy.
Gosh.
This kid is okay now, but if not, it could have been run over. The number of cars that were literally just swerving around.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you see somebody that needs help, I
Good
would encourage you
Lord.
to help. And there's a photo here of the motorcycle he was on. It's toast. I've got a link to that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.